welcome back. The UWS Yellowjackets women's hockey team was back at Westman Arena today as the season begins. They had a matinee showdown with the Hamline Pipers. The Jackets fresh off their 5-4 home opening victory on Tuesday, looking to make it 2 in a row. And the star of the first period was Jackets goalie Anna Malson. Point shot from the Pipers is right into the glove, and she makes sure they see that. First period went scoreless, so we hop to the second. Avery Olnick with a nice feed to Kaylin Garner, who snipes one home top cheddar. The Jackets grab the icebreaker to make it 1-0. Now on a Pipers power play, this point shot from Kylie Huseth is batted down, loose right in front of Malson, but she somehow gets a glove on it while on her belly, so it remains a 1-goal game. That's only until Gabri Andreacci with laser eyes. She somehow finds the stick of Emma Booth right in the crease. She taps it in to double the lead for UWS. Both teams would trade goals in the third, but it's the Yellowjackets who come out on top with a 3-1 win. Goalie Anna Malson made 49 saves for her first win of the season, and UWS is back home again tomorrow when they take on Augsburg at 2 p.m. And after a quick